Alright guys, just wanted to do a video about some stuff that's it's crossed my mind since the last couple of wars, and since the update, since Town Hall 10 and 11 attacking's become a little bit harder, with miners being nerfed and bowlers losing a bit of health. First thing I wanted to say was just about Town Hall 11 attacking. I think we just need to change what we're planning, how we're planning our attacks. Instead of going for a 3-star and having a plan that includes maybe 2 jumps or something like that, because you're planning for a potential of a 3-star and you're thinking about how your troops are going to get all the way through the base. I think we need to just play it a little bit more clever, given the way things are now, and go for a 2-star, secure 2 stars with our Town Hall 11 attacks as efficiently as possible. And that means, going back to, perhaps with the way we used to do it a few months ago, when we really didn't think we could ever get Town Hall 11 3-stars, where you really think about clearing the corners of a base and then funneling troops to attack the Town Hall, and really think about switching our planning from trying to get a 3-star, which then fails and might not even get 2 stars, to I'm planning for a 2-star. I'm planning to clear the corners, take the Town Hall, get the 50%, and that way hopefully what we'll do is we'll free up remaining Town Hall 11 attacks later to 3-star some Town Hall 10s, and that's where we'll win the war. Because if you look at the map that we had from the war that we just had at the weekend, you look at what the enemy did to us. I mean, obviously they won, but there's 1, 2, 3 Town Hall 10s that they didn't 3-star. So they 3-starred Ab, and they 3-starred David, and Dobby's still a Town Hall 9, right? Yeah. So they got 2 Town Hall 10 3-stars. So that would be quite easy to outscore them on that part of it, if we had secured our Town Hall 11 2-stars better than we did. And obviously that was something that we didn't do so well, and we didn't do so well with our Town Hall 10 attacking either. In fact, there you can see it is what lost us the war, is no Town Hall 10 3-stars. Everything lower than a Town Hall 10 done. Everything that was higher than Town Hall 9 not done. So that's just something I think we need to work on. And on that point, I just wanted to talk about something with bowler attacks that I saw a couple of, we keep falling foul of it, and I fell foul of it last war as well. So I just want to, I hope Bat and Lee, I'm just going to show a couple of your attacks, and I'm going to show an attack of mine that went wrong as well. I hope you guys don't mind, but just to illustrate the point. Bat's attack, and what I'm talking about, let's put this on pause, is the angle of how you start your corner bowlers. So the standard thing is a bunch of bowlers in one corner with 2 healers, a bunch of bowlers in the other corner, 2 healers, send the rest of your troops and your heroes through the middle, load more bowlers, rages and carnage ensues, right? But you've got to be careful about how you put your corner bowlers down, and the angle, particularly the angle you put them down, to get them to do their job efficiently, right? And on Bat's attack here, he put some corner bowlers down in the 3 o'clock corner. And what you want to do is line up this archer tower and this barracks. The bowlers won't do that for you. What bowlers do when you put them down is they target the nearest building to them, and they'll do it just by turning and throwing at that building. The fact that they can hit a second building with the second bounce is great, but they won't do that automatically. You have to line them up. So what you can do is if you drew a line from the archer tower to the barracks and put the bowlers down in line with that, you could destroy both those buildings with the first throw of the bowlers. But you see, Bat doesn't line the buildings up, and you can see what happens. Barracks goes down, Archer Tower is not hit. Cannon and Archer Tower start working with the Skelly Trap on his corner bowlers, and all those bowlers die. Cannon goes down, but the Archer Tower does not go down, right? And so that occurred from a simple bit of lining up or not lining up the bowlers, right? It's pretty, hopefully pretty straightforward. Lee, I think it was his second attack. So I just did a little bit of going through these just to prep for the video. So it starts off with a queen walk and then does corner bowlers down by 9 o'clock. And kind of a similar thing happens. I think Lee, really what you should have done was start the bowlers wider than you did and then line up this dark barracks with that Archer Tower again. So just play it through. Here they come. Right, you can see he started them up by the army camp, and again they just get picked off because this Archer Tower, which could have gone down with the first throw, doesn't go down, stays up, and it helps to pick off. You couldn't say that Archer Tower is on its own responsible for, but it certainly helps in picking all these bowlers off that, you know, I think you had a good 20-30 seconds of that Archer Tower shooting at stuff when it could have been destroyed first throw. And I'll show you from, hopefully this is still there. It's not there. It was there this afternoon. Right, I did one in the last war where I had exactly the same problem. I did line up the outside building with the Archer Tower, but I didn't drop. I think I dropped 6 bowlers, and I meant to drop 7 bowlers. And what happened was, I dropped the 6. They line up the buildings, they throw, but the building in front was a barracks. It had less health than the Archer Tower behind it. So the 6 throws from the bowlers destroys the barracks in front, but doesn't destroy the Archer Tower. And the Archer Tower then picked off. When I looked at it, I think it picked off 4 bowlers and started working on a healer as well, and caused a bit of quite a bit of damage. So it's not just about lining them up; it's about dropping enough, because quite often, like I say, the bowlers, they target the building that's in front of them. The building that's behind that is just kind of a consequence. So if the building that's right in front of them has got less health, less hit points than the building behind, they'll naturally obviously destroy the building in front first, and they won't then carry on and throw to destroy the second one. They'll just move on to the next nearest building. And that's what happened on my attack. Was I think it was for the sake of dropping 1 too few bowlers, the Archer Tower stayed up and started picking stuff off. So that's just something else to look out for. And on that, about war attacks and practicing war attacks, that's what we need to do. I see a lot of Town Hall 9 guys doing practice war attacks. I'm not sure I'm seeing a lot of Town Hall 10 guys practicing. Town Hall 11 we do a little bit, but we could do more. And particularly the thing that's happened since the last update is it's a good thing they've stopped that glitch where if you put your base up for a friendly challenge, if you then went offline, your friendly challenge offer disappeared. I think they've stopped that. I'm pretty sure they have. So you can put a friendly challenge up and you don't have to then sit staying online so that somebody can come along and use that friendly challenge. So put your friendly challenge up, put it up quite regularly, put them up. And then what I think we need to do, what I'd love to see, is rather than people having a general bowler attack trained and then going, as we all have, me included, I've been doing this lots, saying, I need Town Hall 11s for me to hit. What we need to do, and it's easier to do now that the friendly challenges stay up when we go offline, is train an army to hit a specific base that somebody's got. Look at their war base and come up with a plan, train an army for that, and then hopefully you'll see them on and say, look, can you stick your base up? And that's what we need to do. Is, or if you just ask in the first place for a Town Hall 11 base to hit, whoever puts it up, say to them, right, leave it up, ask no one else to hit it, train an army for that base, and then try that. That's what we need to do. I think the friendly challenge system is a great system that we've been given, and we've got to make the best use we can out of it. And I think that's the thing we need to do, is stop this thing of, I've got a generic army trained, who can I hit? Let's train for specific bases and come up with specific plans and do it that way. And then the only other thing I wanted to talk about was about goes back to this thing about Town Hall 10 3 stars. Now that Town Hall 11 3 stars are they're like rocking horse shit again. Town Hall 10s and getting our 3 stars on Town Hall 10s is going to be a big deal. And that's why I'd love to see us have more of these. I know Ab's base got 3 starred, but it was a Max Town Hall 11 that 3 starred him. These bases, nipple bases, right? For obvious reasons, they're called nipple bases. If you don't know why that's a nipple base, then you need to get out more, or stay in more, or something. But the reason these bases are good, because miners have been nerfed, they're no good. Valk's probably not going to get you a 3 star these days. Bowlers are still what people are pulling out the bag to 3 star Town Hall 10s. And the reason these nipple bases are great for that is that a bowler standing outside the wall of that Inferno compartment cannot target the Inferno. It's 1 tile out of range. So if you come in and attack a base like this with a bowler army, the only thing in your army that can target that Inferno from outside the wall is your queen, right? And that's the purpose of these bases, is if the queen's tied up, doesn't go the right way, she goes for a wander, whatever it might be, that Inferno stays alive and just starts melting the bowlers. And I think, in fact, that's what happens on the attack on Claire's base, is a nipple base. Yeah. So that's like a Max Town Hall 11, and if I remember rightly, I won't show the whole thing. You can see the replay's still up. You can see it. It gets through the first part, but this Inferno on multi at the back end stays up for ages and ages and ages, and just picks stuff up. And I'll just show you at full speed. Look, picking stuff off, it's melting away. He uses the ability on the Warden to try and save his troops, but he just melts everything. And that's why those bases work. And what I think we need to go back to go hand in hand with that, is I think we need, where we've got nipple bases, and I'd like to see more of those bases, like Wader's base. Man, your base is way out of date. That needs changing. I know you only got 2 starred, but by and large, if we did 10 wars, this base would get 3 starred more often than a nipple base would. Where we've got those nipple bases, I'd love to see us going back to having hounds in our CCs, because it's the same principle. If you're attacking one of those bases, the only thing in your army that can take the Inferno out is the queen. What's the best way of tying the queen up? Get a CC hound, and that just increases the chance that the queen's going to get delayed, and all the while she's delayed, can't get to the Inferno's just melting the rest of the troops. So hopefully that's, again, pretty straightforward. I think that was all I wanted to say. So yeah, just a few bits and bobs. I think we need to get practicing our Town Hall 10 and 11 attacks, specific armies, and then when it comes to our Town Hall 11 attacking, this really is the main thing I wanted to say. Let's go back to planning for a 2-star, do it efficiently, and then use hopefully we can have 3, 4, 5 Town Hall 11 attacks left over to 3 stars from Town Hall 10s. Alright, that was all I wanted to say. Thanks, guys.